Now friends, the topic that we are supposed to start in the security law is mutual fund. Friends, previously we have considered the concept of collective investment scheme. The mutual fund is also one of the important part of the collective investment scheme. Friends, in case of collective investment scheme, the primary concept is the investor will contribute the amount so contributed will be invested as per the rules, and whatever return we will generate will distribute the same amongst the investor. The mutual fund also operates in the same line, with the same methodology. Now friends, as far as the regulations of the mutual fund is concerned, the mutual fund again will be regulated by the Security Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. Now, as far as the way of operation is concerned, the person who is eligible to act as a sponsor will incorporate a special entity called asset management company. That asset management company will, with the consultation with the trustees appointed, introduce the scheme. For example, let's take an example of Reliance Mutual Fund. Reliance is the sponsor. If the Reliance satisfies the basic criteria given over here, Reliance can act as sponsor. Now, the sponsor will incorporate AMC, Asset Management Company. The Asset Management Company, after consulting the trustees, will introduce the scheme, that is Natural Resources Mutual Fund, the Growth Investment Scheme. Various types of schemes will be introduced depending upon the investment criteria. So, the sponsor will incorporate the AMC, AMC will introduce the scheme, but before introducing the scheme, AMC will consult the trustee. After getting approval from the trustee, AMC will introduce the scheme, will raise the amount from the investor and will issue the unit to the investor. Now friends, after raising funds, whatever asset acquired by the asset management company will be transferred in the custody of custodian bank. So, as far as the parties to the mutual fund is concerned, the first question, parties involved in the mutual fund. First, the sponsor. Second, the asset management company. Third, the trustee. Fourth, the investor. Fifth, the custodian bank. The 5 parties were involved in the entire process of the mutual fund. As I said earlier friends, mutual fund is also a special type of collective investment scheme whereby the amount will be raised from the investor, the said amount will be invested by the asset management company as per the guidelines of the SEBI. Whatever return we will generate from that investment will distribute the same amongst the investor. Now, this is what the basic. So, as far as the basic point of view is concerned, one thing is very clear. It's a pure investment scheme operated under the guidelines of SEBI. Now, if I consider the eligibility of the parties, the organization of structure, then the first person involved in the entire mutual fund process is sponsor. Now, any person who satisfies the criteria laid down over here is eligible to act as sponsor. The criteria include, first, the person who wants to act as the sponsor of the mutual fund scheme must have good reputation in the market. That means the person should not have violated any law for a time being in force. The person has resolved the complaint of investors if any. In other words, the person should have good reputation within the territory of India. That is what the first. The person must have the good track record as well as sound reputation. Second important criteria, the person who wants to act as the sponsor should have minimum 5 years experience in the financial sector. Meaning thereby, let's take an example. I want to act as the sponsor, and with that intention I incorporated one company. So that company freshly introduced by me is not eligible to act as sponsor. The reason being, company is not having experience of 5 years. Then the question in my mind, what if the person having experience of 12 years in the financial sector incorporates the company? Whether the experience of promoter be counted as the experience of company? Answer to that is yes. The promoters of the company, if are of having requisite experience, the same will be counted. That means fresh entity or a fresh individual who is not having the requisite experience is not eligible to act as sponsor. So the second, the person who wants to act as sponsor must have minimum experience of 5 years in the financial sector. आपका जो 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है वो एक्सपीरियंस फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में होना चाहिए. द नेक्स्ट, द थर्ड एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया इज द पर्सन शुड हैव पॉजिटिव नेटवर्थ इन लास्ट 5 years. That means it is not enough that the person should have the experience of 5 years. What is required over and above the experience of 5 years is the entity or the person should have positive net worth during last 5 years. In case if the person is having experience of 12 years, out of 12 years, the net worth of 10 years is 0 or negative, the said person is not eligible to be appointed as or to act as the sponsor of the scheme. So twin condition is attached over here. The first is the person who wants to act as sponsor must have minimum 5 years experience in the financial sector. Not only that, during the 5 years, the person should have positive net worth. So that is what the second condition. The third one, the net worth of last year should be greater than the capital contributed in the AMC. Now, for example, if the sponsor wants to incorporate the AMC, but obviously being promoter, the sponsor is required to introduce capital. Now, whatever amount of capital introduced or invested by the promoter being sponsor, the promoter should have net worth during last year in excess of that contribution. Meaning thereby, if sponsor wants to incorporate AMC, because the AMC is the company company form of organization, the sponsor is required to contribute capital. Now consider, the sponsor wants to incorporate the company, what, paid up capital rupees 10 CR for example, and sponsor have contributed 10 CR in the AMC as capital. यहाँ पे इसका implication क्या होगा, the sponsors last year net worth should be greater than 10 crore. In other words, whatever amount of capital introduced by the sponsor in the AMC should be in line with the net worth requirement, meaning thereby last year's net worth should be greater than the AMC. Now in case if the last year net worth is, let's say, 7 crore, the said person cannot act as sponsor, or if he wants to act as the sponsor, he need to contribute 7 crore. Clear? So that is what the next criteria. Then during last 5 years, out of last 5 years, at least 3 years, the sponsor must have earned profit. So again, the condition is very strict. The first condition requires you to have minimum 5 years experience in the financial activity. The second condition requires you to have positive net worth during last 5 years. The third condition requires you that whatever amount you contribute as the capital should be in line with the net worth. Fourth condition now requires you that during last 5 years you should have earned profit for last 3 years. So that is what the next condition. The common condition of the SEBI, that the person who wants to act as the sponsor should be fit and proper person. If the person who wants to act as the sponsor is not fit and proper person, he is not eligible to act as the sponsor. The word fit and proper person has the same meaning as we have discussed previously. The next one. Friends, the next is minimum contribution in the net worth of AMC should be 40%. That means any person who contribute at least 40% of the net worth of AMC is eligible or is considered as sponsor. Meaning thereby, if any person contributes equal to or more than 40% in the net worth of AMC, the said person is considered as deemed sponsor, and whatever obligations, whatever rights given to the sponsor is available to that particular person. That means, let's say Reliance had introduced a scheme, and for that scheme the Reliance had incorporated AMC. I had contributed certain amount, then after considering the final figure, my contribution to the net worth of the AMC incorporated by the Reliance amounts to 42%. That even though I am having no intention to be the sponsor, I will be classified as sponsor. The reason being, I have contributed more than 40% to the net worth of that particular AMC. Now, if I want to escape my side from the obligation attached to the sponsor, then I need to reduce my investment to the extent that will not allow me to act as deemed sponsor. That means I need to reduce my contribution to less than 40%. So any person who contributes 40% or more of the net worth of AMC is considered as sponsor. The next general condition, the person who wants to act as the sponsor should not found guilty of any security law. If the person found guilty of any security law is not entitled to act as sponsor. So if the person satisfies these criteria, then the person is eligible to be appointed, or rather to act as sponsor of the mutual fund. Now the moment person is eligible to act as sponsor, he'll incorporate the AMC. Now the AMC, Asset Management Company. Friends, Asset Management Company is the company incorporated under Companies Act. The AMC is the company approved by the SEBI to operate the scheme of mutual fund, to raise the money from the public, to issue the units in consideration of the amount invested, to invest the fund, meaning thereby whatever amount the AMC has generated by way of issue of an unit, the same shall be invested in accordance with the scheme approved by the trustee, and to distribute the returns after deducting the cost. So whatever amount of portfolio management charges or other investment cost that you have incurred, the same shall be deducted and the balancing return will be distributed to the investor. So AMC is the company form of organization duly approved by the SEBI. Now the AMC will be incorporated by the sponsor. So the sponsor will incorporate the AMC. Sponsor will contribute the capital of the AMC. Sponsor will contribute certain amount in the net worth of the AMC. So after incorporation of the AMC, the sponsor will appoint trustee. Now trustee means the board of trustee registered with the SEBI to have effective control over the operation of entire scheme. The obligation attached with the board of trustees is they are supposed to ensure the welfare of the investor. They are supposed to ensure the proper and effective operation of the scheme. So the sponsor will first incorporate the AMC. This is what the first task. After incorporating the AMC, the sponsor will appoint the trustee. Trustee means trustee as defined within the meaning of SEBI regulations, duly registered with the SEBI to ensure the proper operation of the entire scheme. After appointment of the trustee, the AMC will enters into an agreement with the trustee. This is what the third aspect. AMC will draft the scheme. The scheme will be placed before the board of trustee. Board of trustee will examine the scheme. Scheme basically includes the amount at which the units will be issued, the initial charges if any, the source of investment, the amount where the area where the amount so raised will be invested. So the draft scheme will be placed before the trustees. The trustee will consider the scheme and will approve the scheme. So after the scheme will be approved, the AMC will introduce the scheme in the market. The scheme introduced by the AMC is duly approved by the trustee. After introduction of the scheme, the investor who found the scheme financially viable were agree with the terms and conditions given in the scheme will invest rupees in the scheme introduced by the AMC, and in consideration of their investment the AMC will issue the units to the investor. So that is what the fourth point. After approval of the scheme, the AMC will introduce the scheme, investor will invest the money, and AMC will issue the units. Now whatever amount raised by the AMC, the said amount will be invested in accordance with the approval of the scheme, in accordance with the investment regulations specified by the scheme. Now after introduction of the scheme, after raising the money, the AMC will appoint the custodian bank. The custodian bank is the institution registered with the SEBI. The institute is under obligation to ensure the proper custody of the amount invested and the asset acquired by the AMC. So in a way, the step includes: first, sponsor. Any person who is eligible to act as a sponsor can introduce the entire format of mutual fund. The sponsor first will incorporate the AMC. After incorporation of AMC, sponsor will appoint the trustee. After appointment of the trustee, AMC will consult with the trustee. Trustee will approve the scheme. After approval of the scheme, AMC will introduce the scheme. Investor will invest the amount. AMC will issue the unit, and AMC will appoint the custodian bank. So in a way, this is what the entire mutual fund scheme. So parties involved: sponsor, AMC, trustee, investor, and the custodian bank. The parties must satisfy the criteria mentioned over here, and the entire scheme operates as the collective investment scheme. Apart from these, there are certain obligations attached with the investment, certain rules and regulations, responsibilities. Now that will deal afterwards. Consider the same. We will move in the next session.